Welcome back, creative minds. It is your guy L Train. We're here with another video, and today's video is going to be about tips for creating a positive mindset. So we're going to jump right into it. This one's going to be dedicated to all the mental health professionals, the entrepreneurs, and all my creators out there trying to build something cool and something dope for the world. All right. So tip number one, you got to eliminate the biggest negative that I see out here when it comes to mindset. And that is chasing the money, chasing the fame, and chasing the validation. The positive mindset is to chase your purpose, your mission, and your vision. Because we've seen it a million times before with celebrities or athletes or entertainers, social media influencers. They do things for the money, they do things for the flash, they do things for the validation, and when that starts to fade away and it starts to go away, they tend to crash out and they crash and burn because they start losing friends because they were hanging around with the money. They start losing their fans because they can't keep up the lifestyle. So don't go into a profession or a business just for the money and the fame and the access it may give you. Even those are sometimes cool assets, they can also be terrible for you as well when things don't go your way and when the tables turn and now you're not popping anymore and now you got people hating on you. It happens, and so people crash out and people fall down and they can't get back up. So keep a positive mindset, pursue your goals, pursue your mission, pursue your vision to help people, to build something that's going to improve your community and improve the world. That's the better route in my opinion. So don't chase the money, chase your purpose. Next tip I got is live your life on your own terms. I see this a lot with people who are get pressured in certain careers or certain businesses because their family wants them to do it, and they end up 10 years, 15 years later regretting it because they're stuck in this profession or they're stuck in this business that they never really liked. They didn't want to do it. They kind of got pressured into doing it. And the reason why you shouldn't do this is because for every happy millionaire or celebrity or influencer that you see that's living their life, going on nice trips and stuff, there is someone who's getting that same type of money and that same type of status and they're absolutely miserable. There are people who are in professions that have great titles. They're doctors, they're psychologists, they're psychiatrists, they're therapists, they're entrepreneurs, and they do not like their situation. People are suing them. They got lawsuits. They're having issues with their family. They're having issues with their relationships. They're having issues with their co-workers. A lot of people are not happy in their situation, even though they may have a fancy title or they may be in a situation where they were really successful X amount of years ago and now the economy's changed on them, social media's changed on them. And so when you do what you love, it never really feels like work. They always say, time flies when you're having fun. So if you do what is fun to you, it never really feels like a grind. It never feels like a struggle. You're just happy to be doing it. You're just really appreciative of the opportunity that you got to pursue that career or build that business. And success is going to hit different when you're on your own terms. They say self-made always tastes better. When you figure out what you like and what you're into and your vibe and you make it to be successful, your family's going to appreciate it. Your community's going to appreciate it. Everybody gets the benefit from it. But if you're walking around miserable and you got a bunch of money and you got a bunch of, yes men and yes women around, it's not good. It's just going to pull you back down. It's going to create a negative mindset for you. All right. So you got to have a little gratitude. So have some gratitude. I think this is the next tip that's important. I always say expect nothing, appreciate everything. And this really goes to a lot of the entrepreneurs and content creators or the people who make art. You should be grateful for every follower, every like, every comment that you get because it is a grind out here. Everybody is trying to make more money. Everybody's trying to become the next superstar or the next viral hit. And it's not going to happen for a majority of people. So if you're building a business and you're scaling a business and you got customers who are rocking with you and or maybe you're a mental health professional and you got a organization and you have clients who keep showing up and they request this doctor or this nurse and they really like this person, man, appreciate that you have them on your team. Appreciate it, right? And expect nothing. Don't expect people to pat you on the back and cheer you on when you're supposed to do what you're supposed to do. I always learned that as a young man growing up, right? When you do what you're supposed to do, don't expect everybody to just give you a participation trophy because you showed up and did it. All right. That's a good tip. So always show a little bit of gratitude. Expect nothing. Appreciate everything. All right. The next tip I got is prove yourself right. See, a lot of people, what they do is they get slighted in life. People doubt them. People hate on them. It happens to me. It happened to me. It can happen to you. And it happens to everybody. And they want to prove people wrong. They're so focused on proving people wrong, man. This person said this about me 3 years ago. I'm going to prove them wrong. The positive mindset shift is to prove yourself right. So when you decide to go back and you go get a master's degree or a PhD, or you build a business and you're scaling up and it's thriving and it's winning, right? You're proving yourself right. You told yourself you had a goal. You told yourself you had a mission, and now you're making it happen. And that is what's really the positive way to look at things. Just prove yourself right, man. Go after it. Believe in yourself. Never give up. So don't worry about all the things that people say, all the slights and the backhanded comments. I know you can use that as fuel, but the best way to look at it is to prove yourself right. You believe in yourself, invest in yourself, and go make it happen. The next tip I got is stop caring about the fans in the stands, right? You think about the Michael Jordans, the Kobe Bryants, you think about the Tom Brady's, the random guy in the stands who's booing them, telling them you're trash because you shot an air ball or you threw an interception. They're telling you you're terrible, right? That's just a random person in the stand who bought a ticket. They don't know about your dedication. They don't know how hard you worked, how much film you watch, how much training you did, right? Same thing with your professional career. People don't see a lot of the work that you do behind the scenes. So when you make a mistake and people jump on you and they attack you, they're just fans in the stands, man. If you're in the game, you're in the game. You're gonna make mistakes. It's gonna happen. So don't get caught up with the hype of the people who aren't doing what you're doing, and don't get caught up in the hype of the people who are hating on you when you don't even want to be like them anyway. You're trying to look and take it to the next level, and this person's down at this level hating and talking trash on you. Don't let them throw you off course. All right. Stop caring about the fans in the stands. The last tip I got for y'all today is focus on getting better. Focus on getting 1% better. That's the positive outlook, because life is always going to throw us curveballs and difficulties and challenges. It's never going to be easy, right? So if you just focus on getting better every day at your craft, at your business, at your job, on how you talk to people, how you treat people, how you show up. If you just focus on getting a little bit better every day, it's compound interest. Those days turn into weeks, those weeks turn into months, those months turn into years. And then 5-10 years ago, someone will say, hey man, that person was one of our greatest employees we ever had. Or man, that business is really killing it. They've been here for 10, 12 years. And it's all because it started with taking it one day at a time, taking it one step at a time. Just focus on getting better. Focus on a little bit more self-improvement. So focus on a little bit more personal development. Investing in yourself, doubling down, tripling down on your skills, on your talents, on your gifts, on your creative, activities that you're into. This is how you get a little bit better. This is how you create a positive mindset when the world's going crazy and everything isn't always going to go your way. So these are some tips I like to use every single day. If you guys got some other tips or you got some other strategies, throw them in the comments. I appreciate y'all for rocking out with me. This is the message for today. I want you to stay safe, stay dangerous. Peace. We out.